Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's a beautiful sunny day, a little bit of a breeze. I'm going to take a walk to the 3040 model, and I have a few things I'm going to plant there. I've got amaranth, golden purslane, and buckwheat. So that's what I'm going to attempt to plant this time. It's still, before the monsoon season. Everything's, for the most part, still dormant, but I'm going to get it in the ground, so next trip I'm out here, hopefully I can see something new growing. Let's get going. It's like the Ocotillo is getting ready for its one bloom of the year. Still going to be a little while. Probably another month or so. Hummingbirds time their migratory path with the Ocotillo bloom cycle, because they bloom every year whether it rains or not, just like clockwork. And you see I've got a bunch of them up here on this high part of the road. So this is the largest honey mesquite that I'm aware of here at the ranch. It's probably 5-inch diameter at the base there. The only reason this thing's here is because this is a little dip in the terrain that holds a little bit more water. Looks like it is barely starting to come out. Starting to leaf out for the spring. That's the 3040 model right over there. We're almost there. This is the largest Viscous acacia that I'm aware of at the ranch. It's probably around 10 to 11 feet tall. You can tell this whole area right here gets a little bit more water. The tar bush is taller than most of them around here. The yucca looks nice and healthy. These are Yucca faxoniana, and you can tell because of the shape, it's symmetrical. The Yucca torre will be, sporadic looking, the length of the leaves. Right here we have a scarlet cactus. Getting its flower buds ready for the spring. You can tell it's had plenty of water. Spacing between the thorn rows are wide. So here we are at the 3040 model. I'm standing right in the middle of the two versions that I made. This is my version with the trench all the way down on the south facing side. And this is the Indian version with a single sump on one corner. Now that honey mesquite I planted a while back, you can see that the branches died back, but the trunk is still alive. I think it's going to make it. They're pretty tough. Let's take a look around and see what's growing. Early spring in the 3040 model. Down in the pit, we've got sandbells, a nice healthy version of those. Finland's bladderpod. Not sure what this one is. Got some extremely tiny white flowers. This hasn't budded out. This is bicolored fan mustard. This is the same one that had little tiny white flowers. This is Asteraceae in the Asteraceae family. There's a bloomed Asteraceae. There's a creosote. Don't want that to get started. I'm going to try to keep those out of here because they take all the available moisture. So we've got a few little native grasses here. Something ate the top portion of this. Another creosote coming in. Not sure what that one is. Some more little native grasses. Bicolored fan mustard. These are the Asteraceae, they're just dormant still. There's another one of those ones with the extremely tiny white flowers. Yeah, the little native grasses. Another one of those that I don't know what it is. Definitely spaced out pretty good still. There's a bicolored fan mustard. There's a nice one down here where it had a little more moisture from the trench. Not sure what that one is. It almost looks like a New Mexico olive, but it has thorns and they don't have thorns like that. There's another one. See, it's got some nice little thorns on it. There's another one, same thing. And then on the outer edge, this one holds a little water. It's basically a swell. It's a small tar bush. Creosote. This is a feather plume. These are the seeds from last year. Little Fiddler's bladder pod. Creosote. Creosote. So I'm going to try planting buckwheat, golden purslane, and amaranth on both sides. We'll see what happens. Just kind of spread out. Let's get going. So we've got amaranth, golden purslane, Territorial Seed Company, and buckwheat. Here's the golden purslane seeds, pretty small. Those are the amaranth seeds. This is the buckwheat seeds. I'm going to go ahead and throw some seeds down this swell that's on the south side of the 3040 model as well, just to see if anything pops up in there. Well, we'll see what happens when I come back towards the end of the monsoon season. Anything comes in up from what I planted. I was going to rake it in, but I decided against it. If I break the soil up with this wind, you know, it's just going to take the finer soil out of here and leave more rocks. And I don't need that to happen. I'm sure some of the birds will get a few of the seeds, but hopefully some of them will make it. We'll see. I guess that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.